Hey friends, so today we are doing a ponytail with the design, and we're actually using some synthetic hair for the ponytail. If I can remember, I will link it down in the description below. But today we are talking about how to properly vet a potential service provider. I know people have a really hard time with this sometimes, or you guys go to the person that looks like really popular or fun on the internet only to be disappointed when you get there. So that is what we are getting into today. As usual, I thank you all so much for being here. Let me know what y'all think about the ponytail. Let me know what you guys think about our talk today. And yeah, let's get into it.
Every day that we get on this app, we are always seeing hairstylists, story times, why are black hairstylists so unprofessional, what happened in the black hair industry, this is why I go to YouTube, blah, 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 yada, 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 tiny violin, yada, yada. Black business, XYZ, all the bad things, everything, calling people everything but a child of God. Yes? Yes. Okay. So, I am coming to you today with solutions on how to save yourself the stress and save yourself having to take somebody to court for a lost deposit. Yes? Yes. Okay. So, I've mentioned this before, but we're going to do it again. One of the things that I highly, 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 highly recommend is that if you find somebody on social media and you really like their work, the first thing that you should do is go to their comment section. Some hairstylists will tag, or service providers, period, but I always just default to hairstylists because I am one. But some service providers will tag their clients. They'll tag them and tell them thank you. I personally don't do it unless it's a birthday or something, just because I've had clients that have fallen out with certain family members, or they got a new Instagram and they didn't want everybody on it, and then I tagged them, and people that they didn't want to find them found them, etc., right? So what you do is you go, if they don't have the client tag, you look in their comment section. Normally you'll see the client go, oh my god, I love my hair, thank you so much, I'll definitely be back, right? Or whatever the case is. Or you'll see a lot of the time that once their hair is done, what is the first thing you do after your hair is done? Even if your makeup's not done, you take a picture, you post it, you tag your stylist, right? Okay, so what you do then is you reach out to the person, and all you have to do is say, hey, my name is such and such, and I seen a video of your hair on my For You page, and I just want to say, girl, your hair is so cute. And I had been looking into going to your stylist for a while, but I wanted to ask you your experience with her. Like, is there anything that I need to know? How was she on time? Yada, 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 yada. A lot of people get concerned about this because they feel like, oh my God, I'm just reaching out to a complete stranger. Or what if they lie? Or what if they're rude? And I always tell people, first and foremost, people are not going to lie about where they spend their money, in the sense of, like, if you reach out to somebody and say, hey, I like how this girl does lashes. I've seen you on her page. Like, what is your experience with her? Would you recommend her? Because one of two things is going to happen. They're going to say, you know what, she's cool, but honestly, I've been looking for somebody else. And then they'll tell you why. Or they'll say, yes, I really love her, but she does move a little slower than the previous lash checks I went to. So if you got something to do, then, you might not want to do anything that day, or whatever the case is. I'm not here to client shame. All of this is being said in love. But a lot of the time, you get excited about something, and then you go and look at their page, and then you realize that they're local, and then you book them blindly. I'm not blindly giving anyone my money. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they said Beyonce came down herself, batted her eyelashes, and then the lash girl did them for her. I don't care. It doesn't matter, because Beyonce's not going to pay me back if this lady screws me up. So that's one of the first things that you can do. Another thing that you can do is, I know everybody uses Acuity now, but there are still some stylists that have like Google business pages or Yelp pages, or like a Style Seat or Bookseat or one of those, right? If they have a site that allows reviews, go read the reviews. I do this anyway for myself because it keeps me on my toes as a stylist. So it may be a stylist that I like, and I like her work and stuff. And I just want to know, like, okay, like, what is it about her that keeps people coming back? Because a lot of people have this mistaken idea that you come back to the same stylist just because you like how they do your hair. No, because you can do my hair amazingly, but if the vibe is off, I don't want to sit in that energy for an hour, hour and a half, right? So that's another thing that you can do is look at the reviews. There are people that like know that person, right? So you could possibly reach out. Let's say it's somebody that you got that's like a mutual friend, right? So I just seen recently the other day, like 2 of the homegirls actually like went service for service, right? And if she would have asked me personally about the other one, I'd have said, oh yeah, she does an amazing job. She's super attention to detail, but you are going to be there all day because her attention to detail slows her down, right? Or I have another homegirl that when I tell you baby does immaculate hair, there's not a hair out of place. Her shit looks so bomb, it looked like God himself came down and did them baby hairs. But she has the worst attitude and the worst customer service. So when I send people to her, I let them know that, and I let them know, listen, if you just show up, tell her who you are, and don't speak to her the whole appointment, you'll be in and out. Please do not expect me from her. Another thing is stop booking with people where you hear these horror stories expecting to be different. It doesn't work that way. Believe me, take my word for it. There is someone out here that's local, and literally people go to her, and like every 6 months she goes viral for screwing somebody over. And then you have all these people in the comments that was like, oh, y'all are still going to her because XYZ. Or there's a page on Instagram called Raw Reviews, and they do a lot of like spotlights on, they're based in New York, so they do a lot of like New York stylist reviews or service provider reviews. But the page has become so big that they do a lot of reviews just based on anywhere that somebody sends it from. And there's just like this one lady that's known for like short haircuts out there. And when I tell you guys, like, there are more complaints on that page than the law allows, and everybody's like, bro, why are y'all still going to this person? Why? Like, it's been said 18 times that this lady take your deposit and she don't show up. Like, why do you guys keep giving this lady your money? Like, certain things we got to do a little better with. Just because somebody spins you around in front of a ring light and a grass wall doesn't mean that that's the hairstylist for you. Actually take the time to think about where you're spending your money at, because you work hard for your money. If you're a scammer, maybe you scam hard for your money. I don't know, child, but you get the money from somewhere. It doesn't, if you just gonna throw money away, child, believe me, I can give you plenty of shelters and charities that you can be giving that money to. But no, I'm serious though. Like, the number one thing that has worked out for me more than anything, because when I book appointments, I don't tell people who I am. I book under my government name. I take my magnets off my car because I want to have an actual experience where I can come back and tell you guys, oh, I went to this person and this was the experience I had. But ask people. Don't be afraid to reach out. Maybe everybody's not going to answer. Maybe some of your messages are going to get left in people's requests, and they don't even see them. But somebody is going to answer you, and somebody's going to tell you about their experience, or a few people. Or like I said, pay attention to them comments and see if they interact. Like, that's not to say that, like, oh, if the stylist doesn't respond, that they're not going to like rock with you. But look at how people respond. How do they respond when people say rude shit to them? How do they respond when people compliment them? Do they respond at all? Because for some clients, it's really disheartening to tell somebody that their work is nice and they don't respond. If that's a thing for you, then that's important. You know what I mean? Like, ask these people ahead of time if they wash and blow dry. I know that you shouldn't have to ask, but in 2024 you do. So stop booking with people and then being like, oh, she doesn't wash and blow dry, so I wanted my deposit back and she didn't give it to me. Like, people have been canceled for a lot less. Like, my sister booked an appointment for her mom, and the deposit was $50, and the girl it was $52. Yeah, it was $52, because she wanted to make sure that the Cashapp charge was covered. And I remember my sister saying, like, instead of like the girl just like letting her send the extra $2, she literally canceled the appointment and tried to keep the $50 because she didn't send the $2. So that's another thing. Also, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. There's a lot of hairstylists on the interweb that are literally cussing clients out left and right. Why would you want somebody like that to do your hair? And if that kind of behavior like turns you on or something, you should go talk to the lady, because it's not cool. This is a professional. This person is touching your body. You might want to make sure that they actually treat you like they like you when you get your hair done. Also, another thing, understand that you can sue. You can take someone to small claims court if they do not want to give you your money back. I also say this all the time, and people are going to get upset with me, but it's fine. They'll get over it. Anytime someone asks you to Cash App, Zelle, or Apple Pay a deposit, you need to run. Because those are what are considered customer-initiated transactions. Cash App is a little iffy if you have a business account, but you can't, depending on the situation, sometimes you can get your money back, but the majority of the time you can't. I know Apple Pay and Zelle, absolutely not. So you are blindly sending money that you cannot get back because you can't dispute it, you can't do anything about it unless they decide they want to send it back to you. And because they know that there's no way for you to get back, they're not in a rush if they send it to you at all. And now you got to go tell the internet that you chose this person, and they're going to have to you're going to have the internet bully them into giving your deposit back. Nobody has time for that. You don't have to go through that. I do appreciate as a hairstylist that clients are speaking up about their experiences. I do think that that's very important. But at the same time, let's just do a little more, let's have a little more self-worth. And this is coming from somebody that works from home. If you see that somebody is an at-home stylist and that does not work for you, don't book the at-home stylist anyway, and then tell them how you don't usually go to people that work from home. Go to someone in a salon. Another thing, if someone works in a salon, we're not talking about a suite, but an actual salon, and they tell you what salon they work in, stop in. Salons are public places. Stop in. Now, don't go in there harassing people, but just walk in and say, hey, I was in the area and I've seen your work on Instagram, and, I was looking to book an appointment, but I just wanted to come in and introduce myself. And just see how they respond to you. And that'll let you know everything you need to know. Sometimes you walk in the salon and people don't speak. They don't greet you. They don't say hello. They just look at you like, what is this bitch doing in here? Not the salon for you. See how that salon is on a Tuesday. See how it is on a Saturday. Because salons are going to be up and jumping. That's just what salons are. But is it gossip? Is it people fighting? Is it niggas in and out of there? Does everybody in there smell like weed? Are they playing trap music and you don't like trap music? There's a bunch of different things you can ask. So hopefully that helps somebody. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.